What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and in this video I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Warriors, in which the Warriors won 107-97 in a very tough and hard-fought game, after Game 3 in which the Celtics won pretty convincingly and had the Warriors down 2-1. Game 4 was obviously very important and a must-win for Golden State, because if they went down 3-1 against the Celtics, I think they basically had no chance of coming back and winning the series, and I think it's pretty evident of that because it seems like Steph is the only one who can get going, even though he's being swarmed by defender after defender, so much length and athleticism and strength coming his way, and he's still able to perform like this. So he definitely carried them to a much-needed win to avoid going down 3-1 into the series with their backs virtually against the wall. So just to start, obviously, before the game, Steve Kerr made what I thought was a pretty surprising adjustment by inserting Otto Porter Jr. into the starting lineup in favor of Kevon Looney. And I didn't really understand this decision because pretty much all series, Golden State has been struggling with Boston's interior presence, particularly Al Horford and Robert Williams. Both of them have been taking advantage of their size and athleticism. Robert Williams, in particular, with his athleticism down low against a Warriors team that's already very undersized. And when you insert Otto Porter Jr. into the starting lineup, it creates matchups that aren't good for Golden State and essentially tells Draymond Green to play the center position. And he's already been struggling mightily this series, struggled again last night. But I don't know, I thought it was a questionable decision by Steve Kerr to insert Otto Porter into the starting lineup, given the fact that they have been getting dominated by Boston's size, and it hurt them particularly on the glass. And Steve Kerr, I think he knew that it wasn't the best decision because he inserted Kevon Looney into the game pretty early, and Otto Porter only ended up finishing with 15 minutes played, and Kevon Looney played 28 minutes, and Looney had 11 rebounds. So he was a pretty critical piece in Golden State's win yesterday. Just to go over some of the other key factors for Golden State, Andrew Wiggins played a pretty good game given his role on the team. He had 17 points, but more importantly, his 16 rebounds really helped Golden State. I believe rebounding has been such a key factor for the Warriors, especially over the past two games, because I feel like the Celtics have gotten a lot of second chance possessions off of misses that have just demoralized Golden State, especially after possessions where they play really good defense and they force Boston into a tough shot, or essentially like a prayer shot, a heave at the end of the shot clock, and then either Robert Williams or Al Horford will just easily sky up and get the offensive rebound, and then it's like you have to play for another 14 seconds. So it's pretty demoralizing. Obviously, Steph Curry led the way for the Warriors, 43 points, 10 rebounds. The thing that was most impressive about this game, and Steph all series, is he's showing how good of a shot creator he is. A lot of people say, oh, he just does everything off of screens, or he's just getting wide open threes. They just write him off as a shooter. Like, no, this guy can create shots as good as anyone. Obviously we know he has a handle, he has speed, and he's added a lot of strength too. That's something that people don't talk about. Throughout his career, he's been in the weight room. He's been adding muscle. He can finish through contact and make tough shots, and they needed every single one of his 43 points last night. Klay Thompson had his moments, 18 points. Obviously, the biggest moment of the game is when he hit that one three-pointer that put him up 95-94, I believe, in the fourth quarter. And that basically ended the game for the Celtics, because in the final 5 minutes and 15 seconds of the game, the Celtics only scored 3 points. They couldn't find any offense, mostly because they were just like jacking up threes in the fourth quarter and they weren't making them. And they've been living and dying by the three all postseason long. I've said it before. And in the games where they aren't making it, they struggle. But in the games where they do make it, they win more often than they lose. So that was pretty key for Boston in the fourth quarter, not being able to make their shots, not being able to stop Steph Curry and the Warriors from getting going. And for Boston, Tatum played all right, 23 points on 23 shots, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. He started the first quarter. He scored 12 points in the first quarter, so it made me think, and a lot of people think, oh, this might be the Tatum game. This is the game where he explodes like he did for 46. Not maybe we weren't thinking he was going to score 46, but maybe like a decent amount of points that would be like, oh, we can't overcome this. But 23 points on 23 shots, it's all right. And then Marcus Smart had 18 points. Jaylen Brown had 21 points. I just think that Boston got a little too three happy in the fourth quarter. And this has basically been the story of the finals. It's close in the first half most of the time. Golden State ends up winning or dominating the third quarter, and then it's honestly a toss-up as to who controls the fourth quarter, because the third quarter has been Golden State's quarter all series long. And then they found a way to overcome a well, Golden State, the third quarter has been their quarter all series long, but in game 3 the Warriors got punished in the fourth quarter, because as we remember, Golden State did end up taking a lead in game 3 after coming all the way back, and we thought maybe they had taken the momentum, but then the Celtics took off in the fourth quarter and essentially ended the game and went up 2-1. But in this game, the Warriors found a way to outplay Boston in the fourth quarter, and now the series is tied 2-2, obviously much different from a 3-1 hole that would have been insurmountable to come back from, it seems. So game 5 is on Monday at the Chase Center. The Warriors at home, obviously. I think they're going to win that game, but then I don't know. I'm honestly thinking about changing my pick from Warriors in 6 to Warriors in 7, because it just seems like there's no evidence to show that someone else is going to consistently produce outside of Steph Curry for the Warriors, and it kind of seems like he's going to have to almost go out there and win this thing by himself. And it's a lot to ask, but it's what the all-time great to do, and I think he's fully capable of pulling it off. And because it seems like the Celtics aren't even playing their best basketball, and it's taking everything Steph Curry has, everything the Warriors have to beat them. And these games are not blowouts. Yesterday was particularly close, but I feel like the Celtics could just play so much better, like especially with the turnovers. They turn the ball over a lot, and most of the time it's just errant passes and bad passes, just not making good decisions. But then obviously you have to account that Draymond Green is giving you virtually nothing on offense. When he gets the ball, he doesn't even look at the basket anymore. It's an immediate jump stop and then looks to hand it off, and then almost every time he does it, he nearly gets away with a travel because it looks like his pivot foot is moving a little bit, but it's not. So I don't know. He just looks like he's not really sure of himself on the court, and when he's not playing well, it's not good for them, because Draymond doesn't make his impact with scoring. He makes his impact with getting timely baskets, but getting other people involved. He's the point forward, the quote-unquote point guard for this team, because he more often than not initiates the offense and gets guys their looks. And when he's not playing well, it's harder for guys to get their own looks, because Klay's not really a shot creator. Andrew Wiggins is the only other guy that can really get his own shot with his handle, and he's been kind of on and off. He played really well yesterday, but yeah, Draymond Green's definitely going to have to play a lot better. Klay's going to have to shoot better, and Andrew Wiggins is going to have to shoot a little bit more consistently in order to take some pressure off of Steph if they want to get 2 more wins and be crowned champions. So this has been a great series so far, tied 2-2. I thought it was going to be 2-2 after the way the first 2 games looked and the way Boston's been kind of iffy at home these playoffs. So yeah, let me know who you guys think is going to win this series. Are you guys changing your predictions or sticking with them? And then let me know who you think should be finals MVP if either team wins, because that's obviously a huge discussion. And yeah, thank you for watching, and make sure to check out my other content that you can find in the description.